Today's date is the 27th, and we're going to do proportions. All right. What was the question on the do now? 4 bags of chips. 4 bags of chips cost. How much is 4?
Excuse this interruption. Attention middle school students. It's a reminder, after second period, you will go to third period. Then it's break, and after break, you'll go to seminar. Thank you.
Okay, how much did 4 bags cost in the do now? 0.36. Okay, so the question is for me, how much will 6 bags cost? All right. Do we already know the answer? Yes, we already did this in the do now, right? But I'm going to show you a different way of doing it without having to do, hopefully, a lot of work. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. Just kidding, it's not. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up a proportion. A proportion is 2 fractions that are equal to each other. Maybe some of you did this in 6th grade. Maybe. All right, so 2 fractions set equal to each other. Your first fraction is your first sentence. So your first sentence, oh, here's my period. Your first sentence is going to give you your first fraction. So what are the 2 things we're talking about in our first sentence? Yeah? 636. So we're talking about bags of chips and money. So 4 bags of chips and money. And so I'm going to label this bags and money. So we have bags on the top and money at the bottom. And our first sentence said 4 bags. How much does 4 bags cost? $6.36. So notice how I plug in the 4 over $6.36. So 4 bags cost $6.36. How much will 6 bags cost? Where do I put this number 6? On the top or the bottom?
Top.
Why on the top? You're correct. Because it's bags, right? That's why we label it. So that's Miss Lamelli labeling it bags. Really weird. So this is 6 and this is X. So does anybody know how to solve this? Let's see if I do this, if you remember. Hey, did you do that? It's the butterfly method. Did you do the butterfly method in 6th grade? Yes. What do you do with the ones that are in this like wing of the butterfly? What do I do with these 2 things? No, you multiply them. 4 times, what's in this part? X equals the other butterfly wing. So we make a butterfly. What's in this other circle that I'm just drawing right now over and over again? 6 times 636. So what I'm doing is, it's called the butterfly method, is where you circle the corners and you multiply them. You circle these 2 corners and you multiply them. Okay? Gosh, this is really hard. What's 4 times X? What's 4 times X?
4.
Alright, so that one's easy. Equals, alright, take out the calculator, tell me what 6 times 636 is. What is 6 times 636? 38.18. Can we confirm that? 38.16? 3816. Okay. Now, it says 4x. Do I want 4x? I just want x. So how do I break this 4 up? What do I have to do? I have to divide by 4, divide by 4. All right. This, if they give you this on a test, they would 100% give you a calculator. So type it in. What is it? 9.54. And what did you type into on your iPad for the table for number 9, for number 6? It was this. So on your do now, for number 6, right here, what was our answer? 954. What was our answer on our paper? 954. So it's a different way of doing it. You didn't need to do it for your do now because I asked you for so many, right? I asked you for 1, for 2, for 5, for 6. But if on the test they just ask you for 6, you can do the butterfly method. Let's do an easier one. All right, Valerie, so we're gonna write this in our notebook. Oh, speaking of notebooks, let's say 7 notebooks cost $14.35. 7 notebooks cost $14.35. How much will 5 notebooks cost? Okay, so I'm not asking you for 1 notebook. That's what the packet did. The packet asked you for 1 notebook. These are questions where they ask you for like a random other number that's not 1. Now, could you figure out what 1 notebook costs and then multiply by 5? Yes, you can find what 1 notebook costs and then multiply by 5. But sometimes it's easier to do the butterfly. And we're learning about the butterfly right now. So we're going to set up the butterfly, the proportion I should say. Set up your proportion, set up your proportion. First sentence is your first fraction. So read the first sentence that ends with a period and write me the first fraction. So first sentence, first fraction, go. You should be able to do that. First sentence, first fraction. First sentence, first fraction. First sentence, first fraction. All right, what's our first fraction? What goes on the top? 7 notebooks. What goes on the bottom? Not 15, 14.35. I wrote the N. What does the N stand for? Notebooks. So the same N, it's going to go over here, N, and then money over here. So notebooks and then money. All right, now read the second sentence, and where are we going to plug that number in? Second sentence, where does that number go? 5 what? So where does that go? Top or bottom? Do I know how much 5 notebooks cost? No. So how am I going to solve this? Butterfly method. So let me circle this. What's in this circle? What's in this circle? 7 times? Very good. Equals. Now I'm going to do my second circle. I'm going to do it in a different color. What's in this circle? 14.35 times 5. All right. So the second circle also gets multiplied, and go ahead and use a calculator to tell me what 14.35 times 5 is. Type it in the calculator. Come on. Don't let just your friends do it. Your classmates. You do it too. What if 71.75? 71.75? Can someone confirm that? Yeah. All right. Now what do I do? Yeah. So now it's like drawing your bars. I need to get x by itself, so I divide by 7. Divide by 7. 1025. What is 1025? What does it mean in the context of the problem? Yeah. So 5 notebooks cost $10.25. Did we figure out what 1 notebook cost? No, we did not. Could you write an equation? No, you cannot. Because this is not 1 notebook, this is 5 notebooks. You would still need some work to figure out the 1. Alright, we still have about 10 minutes. So we're gonna. Alright, we'll start off easy with number 1 on here. The price of 12 oranges is $3. How much would 4 oranges cost? So what do I need you to set up? A proportion. What does a proportion look like? 2 fractions. So everybody set 2 fractions equal to each other. That's easy. Now, my shortcut to you is your first sentence is your first fraction. So go ahead and read the first sentence again. Just the first sentence. Stop at the period. All right, now write your first fraction with that information. So first sentence, first fraction, go. First sentence, first fraction, go. All right, what's my first fraction? 12 what? Oranges. I'm going to put O for oranges. Over $3. Good. So that's your first sentence, first fraction. That's it. Now I'm going to read the second sentence and figure out, does that number go on the top or the bottom? How much would 4 oranges cost? So where does the 4 go? Top or bottom?
Top.
Top. Why? Because it's oranges. That's why I like to write little, like this, either the first letter of the word or the symbol to help me put these in the right spot. X goes down here. All right, so now let's do the butterfly method. Do the first wing of the butterfly. What do I write down for the first wing? 12 times X equals, what's in the second butterfly wing? Here's my wing of my butterfly. 4 times 3. All right, what's 4 times 3? So it's 12 equals 12x. Now what do I have to do? What's my last step? How do I get x all by itself? Divide by 12. So what is x equal to? What's 12 divided by 12? 1. Are we okay?
Yeah.
All right, can you do number 8? Skip over to number 8 right now. So finish number 1, and you're going to jump over to number 8. Number 8. Start off with a proportion. What? The same thing as number 1. Set up a proportion. First sentence, first fraction. So read number 8. Your first sentence is your first fraction. It doesn't matter as long as you label it the same going across. Number 8. Fine. We'll eventually get to most of them, but there's a reason why I want to. Yeah? No. What? What is the 8 mean? 8 what? You can have minutes on the top as long as on the other side it has minutes. It has to be the same one this way. Yeah. But you see how they're not the same? No. This. Just change all this. Okay, now use a calculator if you need it. Okay, let's check your proportions before we all go crazy. Get them all wrong. All right, what's my first fraction involved? 18 what? Balls, so I'm going to put a B over what? 8 minutes. If you put minutes on the top, it's fine, just as long as here. So if the B is on the top, the B continues to be on the top. So these two have to match. If you wrote the minutes, Valerie, pay attention, please. Oh, I know what you're doing. M at the bottom. So the second number is, the second sentence has 24 in it, right? Now 24 what?
24 balls.
No, does it say that? What does it say? 24 minutes. So does that go on the top or the bottom? Bottom, because it goes with the minutes. So 24 goes here, X goes on top. So part of it is, did you set it up correctly? Because if you don't set it up correctly, guess what? The answer is wrong. All right, butterfly method. So fix it, change it. Now do the butterfly. What's in the first wing of my butterfly? What two numbers did I just circle? 18 and 24. And then what's in my second circle? 8 and X. All right, type it into your calculator. What's 18 times 24? 18 times 24. What's 18 times 24? 432. Ben, did you get 432? Equals 8X. All right, now what do I have to do? I have to divide. So what do we get when we divide? So I'm going to divide by 8, divide by 8. We're just going backwards here. The X is on the other side, but it's fine. What is 438 divided by 8? All right, plug it into your calculator. Divide by 8, and we get 54. Now, what does a 54 mean? 54 what? Balls. All right, let's put this away and pass out the